Hey, good morning, y'all. So this morning we are in our 52 words, and our word for the day is Hineni, which says, "Here I am." And that's what it looks like in the Hebrew. Hineni is always the first time that I remember it, and it always sticks out to me, is Abraham. When God had called his name twice, and he said, "Here I am." So, Hineni, do you ever feel run down or like life is falling apart? Abraham, Moses, and other heroes of the Bible faced tough times. And there's a Hebrew word that sums up the faith they had in those moments. The word is Hineni, which literally means "here I am," or here am I, or "here I am." Hineni is the way these people declared to God that they were present and ready to be used by him, even when things were falling apart and their faith was being tested. Hineni is Abraham choosing to follow God even when he was asked to sacrifice his son. Hineni is trembling. Moses standing in front of the burning bush and being told to face his biggest fears and to do something beyond his comprehension. Hineni is how you tell God that you are ready to do whatever he asks in whatever situation he has placed you. Hineni is more than simple statement. It's a declaration that you are prepared to follow God and step into the future he has planned for you, regardless of the how uncertain. Sorry, that was a run on. You want to step into the future God has planned for you, regardless of how uncertain the future may be. So it takes faith. Do you feel run down today? Do you feel like things are falling apart in your world? Are you unsure of the future? This is when God asks you to declare, Hineni, that you're here and ready to follow him no matter what. Are you prepared to stand before the Lord today and say to him, "Here I am"? Hineni also, it gets often translated as "behold." There's not a word we use today very often. And so I think most people tend to gloss over it when they come across it in scripture. That's a shame, because careful consideration of "behold" can tell us something very interesting things. Behold was always a way to say, look what I'm pointing at. The initial use of Hineni in the Bible was within God's first speech to the newly created human beings. And we can find Hineni in so many things, so many scriptures. Genesis 1:27-31 it says, "Behold, look, Hineni, here I am," can be found over 800 times in the Old Testament. But there's a few times that it can be found, we can find "behold, I," moment. This has often been translated as "here I am." So God uses this word many times, and sometimes I've even used it in saying, "Here I am, Lord, use me. Use me today. What divine appointment do you have for me?" I pray you go forth and that you would do a deep dive into your new word of the day, Hineni. Here I am.